As we grow older, we begin to understand the profound wisdom of discretion. In a world where oversharing is encouraged, whether through social media or casual conversations, the ability to hold back, to protect what is sacred, becomes a form of strength. Silence, often misunderstood, is not about secrecy or hiding. It is about preserving our energy, our intentions, and our inner peace. For those in their later years, this realization becomes even more meaningful with the hindsight of decades. We come to see how the act of keeping certain things private safeguards not only our well-being, but also the integrity of our relationships and the sanctity of our journey. This is a guide to what should remain unsaid, a reminder that there is tremendous power in discretion, and that wisdom is often found in what we choose not to share. 1. Don't share your plans. The value of silent preparation. We live in a world where the excitement of new plans can easily lead us to announce them prematurely. The thrill of a fresh idea, a new venture, or a personal goal can be intoxicating, and we often seek to share that excitement with others. However, there is immense wisdom in holding back, in nurturing our plans privately until they are ready to blossom. Why is this so important? Because plans in their early stages are vulnerable. They are like young saplings, fragile and in need of protection. When we share our plans too soon, we expose them to the judgments, doubts, and often well-meaning critiques of others. We all know how easily a casual remark like "that sounds risky" or "do you really think it will work" can sap our enthusiasm and shake our confidence. These external opinions, though not always malicious, can plant seeds of self-doubt, and before we know it, the momentum of our plan begins to falter. Moreover, when we share our plans, we often feel an unconscious pressure to live up to the expectations of others. If things don't go as smoothly as we hoped, the fear of failure in front of an audience, however supportive, can become a burden. By keeping our plans to ourselves, we retain full ownership over them. This allows us the space to make adjustments, face challenges, and recalibrate without the added pressure of external judgment. Silent preparation is not about secrecy. It is about giving our plans the space they need to mature. It is about protecting the delicate balance between vision and execution. When the time is right and our plans are well-rooted, we can then choose to share them, knowing that they are strong enough to withstand any criticism or doubt. Until then, let the silence of private preparation be your strength. 2. Don't share your ideas. The fragility of creativity. Ideas are the currency of creativity, the sparks of inspiration that, when nurtured, can lead to transformative changes in our lives and the world around us. However, as many of us have learned, ideas in their infancy are fragile, easily crushed by the weight of skepticism, envy, or simple misunderstanding. When we share our ideas too early, we invite others to cast their opinions on something that is not yet fully formed. Even well-meaning feedback can derail an idea before it has a chance to flourish. The phrase "that's interesting," but can be enough to stop a brilliant idea in its tracks, especially when it comes from someone whose opinion we value. Furthermore, there is a deeper risk at play: the theft of ideas. In the age of instant communication, ideas can be appropriated, sometimes intentionally, sometimes accidentally. You may share a concept in casual conversation, only to find that someone else has taken it and run with it before you had the chance to develop it yourself. This can lead to feelings of betrayal, frustration, and resentment. The wisdom here lies in patience. Allow your ideas the space to grow within you. Test them, refine them, and let them gain strength before exposing them to the world. When the time comes to share, do so with people you trust, those who will support and encourage your vision, rather than prematurely critique, or worse, take it for themselves. Remember, ideas are like embers. They need to be sheltered from the wind until they are ready to ignite. 3. Don't share your problems. The power of quiet resilience. Problems are an inevitable part of life, and it is natural to seek comfort in sharing our struggles with others. Yet, over time, we come to realize that not everyone is equipped to handle or understand our problems. In fact, Sharing too much with the wrong people can leave us feeling even more burdened, misunderstood, or judged. When we openly share our personal challenges, we expose ourselves to a variety of reactions, many of which may not be helpful. Some people may respond with superficial advice or platitudes that do little to ease our pain. Others may compare our problems to their own, turning the conversation into a competition of who has it worse. Worse still, there are those who may use our vulnerability against us, storing away the knowledge of our struggles for future manipulation. The reality is that not all problems are meant to be shared with others. Sometimes the greatest strength we can display is quiet resilience, working through our challenges with inner determination rather than seeking constant validation or sympathy from those around us. This does not mean that we should suffer in silence or avoid asking for help when necessary. Rather, it means being selective about whom we confide in. When we manage our problems privately, we maintain control over our narrative. We are not defined by our struggles, but by how we rise above them. Instead of broadcasting our challenges, we can choose to lean on those select few who genuinely understand us and offer meaningful support. In doing so, we cultivate resilience and protect our emotional well-being from unnecessary external influence. 4. Don't share your past, letting go to move forward. As we reflect on the many chapters of our lives, it's natural to want to share stories from our past, both the triumphs and the trial. However, we must be mindful that constantly revisiting the past can prevent us from fully embracing the present and moving forward into the future. The past holds valuable lessons, but it can also be a heavy burden. When we share our past experiences, especially those filled with regret, pain, or mistakes, we open ourselves up to judgment, or worse, pity. Others may not fully grasp the context of our past decisions or the circumstances that led to them, and their judgments can make us feel as though we are still trapped in those moments. This can create a cycle of reliving the past, rather than learning from it and letting it go. Moreover, sharing too much about our past can influence how others see us. They may begin to define us by who we were rather than who we are. It is important to remember that we are not the sum of our mistakes or hardships. We are the result of how we have grown and evolved from those experiences. Instead of continually sharing the details of our past, we should focus on the wisdom those experiences have granted us. The past can serve as a quiet guide, helping us make better decisions in the present. By keeping it private, we allow ourselves the freedom to be defined by who we are now, not by the chapters of life we've already lived. 5. Don't share your secrets to success. The unspoken formula, success is often seen as something to be celebrated and shared. People may ask, "What's your secret?" hoping to find a shortcut to achieving their own goals. But those of us who have walked the long path to success understand that there is no simple formula, no single key that unlocks all doors. Success is deeply personal. It is the culmination of years of effort, sacrifice, perseverance, and often a bit of luck. The journey to success is filled with unique challenges and opportunities that cannot be easily replicated. When we share the specifics of our success, we may unintentionally diminish the depth of our experience. What worked for us may not work for someone else. And by offering a secret, we risk setting others up for disappointment if their journey does not follow the same path. There is also a deeper reason for keeping the formula for success private. It honors the uniqueness of our journey. Success is not just about the end result, it's about the lessons we learned along the way. By keeping certain aspects of that journey to ourselves, we protect the integrity of our experience. Instead of offering a how-to guide, we can inspire others through our actions and by setting an example of hard work, resilience, and commitment. True success is lived, not taught. By keeping the specifics private, we allow others to find their own path to achievement, one that is uniquely theirs. 6. Don't share how much money you have. Financial privacy matters. Money, perhaps more than any other topic, has the power to change how people perceive and treat us. Whether we have a lot or a little, disclosing our financial situation can lead to complications we may not anticipate. For those with substantial savings or wealth, sharing financial details can attract unwanted attention. People may begin to see us as a source of financial support or expect favors, and this can strain relationships. Worse, it can foster resentment or jealousy in those who may be struggling financially, even if we have earned our money through years of hard work. Conversely, sharing financial struggles can lead to pity or judgment. Others may assume that our financial difficulties define our competence or character, making it difficult to maintain a sense of personal dignity. They may offer advice that, though well-intentioned, is neither helpful nor applicable to our specific situation. Financial privacy allows us to maintain autonomy over our lives. By keeping our financial details private, we protect ourselves from external pressures and maintain the authenticity of our relationship. Our worth is not defined by our wealth or lack thereof. And by keeping financial matters private, we ensure that our relationships are based on mutual respect rather than economic status. 7. Don't share your love scam achievements. Protect your integrity. In today's interconnected world, where relationships can be formed and dissolved with the click of a button, it's easy to fall into the temptation of manipulating or deceiving others for personal gain. While this might seem harmless in the short term, sharing stories of such behavior, especially in a romantic context, can have long-lasting consequences for our integrity and reputation. Deception, whether in love or business, erodes trust, both in others and in ourselves. When we boast about manipulating someone for financial or emotional gain, we not only damage the trust others have in us, but also undermine our own sense of self-worth. Such stories, even shared in jest, reflect poorly on our character and can lead to isolation and loss of respect from those who value honesty and integrity. Our personal dignity is one of the most valuable assets we have, especially as we age. By keeping any manipulative achievements to ourselves, we preserve the integrity that has taken us a lifetime to build. Love and relationships should be based on trust, mutual respect, and care. Anything less diminishes the value of human connection. Protecting our dignity is far more important than any short-term satisfaction we might gain from sharing tales of deceit. 8. Don't share family issues. Protecting the peace of your home. Family is the most intimate and important part of our lives. Our relationships with our loved ones are built on trust, understanding, and shared history. When we share private family matters with outsiders, no matter how close they may seem, we open the door to misinterpretation, judgment, and unnecessary interference. Family dynamics are complex, and no one outside the family can fully understand the nuances of those relationships. Friends or acquaintances may offer advice or opinions based on their own limited perspective, which can inadvertently sow discord within the family. Furthermore, sharing too much about family conflicts can create a sense of betrayal among family members, leading to a breakdown in trust. By keeping family matters private, we maintain the sanctity of our home. Issues that arise within the family should be addressed and resolved by those directly involved. Protecting the peace and privacy of our family life ensures that our bonds remain strong and that any conflicts can be handled with the care and understanding they deserve. 9. Don't overtrust friends. Guard against betrayal. Friendship is one of life's greatest treasures, but it is not without its risks. Over the years, many of us have learned the painful lesson that not all friends are as loyal or trustworthy as we might have believed. While friendships can bring joy and support, they can also leave us vulnerable to betrayal if we are not careful about whom we trust. Overtrusting friends can lead to disappointment when we find that the person we confided in has shared our secrets with others or used our vulnerability for their own advantage. This can be particularly damaging as we age, when our circle of trusted companions may grow smaller and the stakes of betrayal feel higher. The key is discernment. It is wise to share only with those who have proven their loyalty over time, those who have consistently demonstrated that they are worthy of our trust. By being selective in our vulnerability, we protect ourselves from unnecessary heartache and maintain healthier, more secure friendship. 10. Don't share your fears and anxieties, the power of inner strength. Fear and anxiety are natural parts of the human experience, and at times, sharing them with others can bring comfort. However, constantly sharing our fears with those around us can amplify them rather than bring the relief we seek. Not everyone is equipped to offer the kind of support we need, and some may even use our vulnerability against us consciously or unconsciously. Oversharing about our fears can lead to a cycle of negativity, both for ourselves and those around us. Well-meaning friends may offer advice that is ill-suited to our situation, or they may unintentionally dismiss our feelings, leaving us feeling even more isolated and misunderstood. Worse still, some people may view us as fragile or incapable, altering the dynamics of our relationships in ways that diminish our confidence. Building inner strength, learning to face and process our fears privately, can be far more empowering. Through mindfulness, self-reflection, and resilience, we can learn to manage our anxieties internally, seeking external support only when truly necessary. By cultivating this inner strength, we not only protect ourselves from external judgments, but also build a stronger, more resilient sense of self. Conclusion: the power of discretion and inner peace. Discretion is a rare and powerful virtue in a world that encourages constant exposure. It grants us the ability to control our narrative, protect our personal and emotional well-being, and navigate life with grace and wisdom. As we age, we learn that what we choose not to share often carries more weight than what we do. By holding certain aspects of our lives close, whether it's our plans, ideas, struggles, or fears, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and maintain control over our own story. Silence, when practiced with intention, is not about secrecy, it's about protecting what is sacred. The wisdom of discretion is a gift that allows us to live authentically, ensuring that we engage with the world on our own terms. In the end, the greatest strength often lies in what we keep to ourselves. Thank you for watching the entire video. If you find these stories inspiring and motivating, please comment 1 else. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.